And I am glad with what ZANU-PF is doing. Whether they're doing it knowingly or they are shooting themselves in the foot, they've provided the evidence that protests work, and they are the one last tool that Zimbabweans have that can actually challenge the authoritarian rule of Mnangagwa and the ZANU-PF elite. And I am very specific and intentional in saying Mnangagwa and the ZANU-PF elite, because I think we're at a point whereby the minor houses in ZANU-PF understand that Mnangagwa and his grouping are a threat even to the ones that are in ZANU-PF. So I do that deliberately. Kana muchida kuona kuti protest inoshanda, ZANU-PF has done a coordinated approach across all provinces to try and send the message that people should not protest. They've brought out their big guns in the military, in central intelligence, and in police, flanking my provincial ministers, flanking my state ministers, central government, to give out the sense of bravado, to give out the sense of power. That is what they've been attempting to do by the different videos that you have been seeing, that they've been convening and reading from almost the very same script using just different people. And that is evidence of a regime that is afraid. They are afraid of an action, and that action is demonstration and protesting. That's what they are afraid of. And in response to the fear that the executive is feeling, what have they done? They have sought to put fear in you, the citizen, for you not to access your own rights that are protected by the Bill of Rights in the Constitution and protected by Section 59 of the Constitution of 2013. Vaona kuti ivo vari kutya kuti muchazvinzwisisa kuti zveshuwa mukaungana mukabuda muroad ndorega simba riripo rekuti munogona kushandisa kuti muvabvise, and also to hold them accountable. Let's not even go as far as removing them, but just holding them accountable. And because they are afraid of that, the executive is afraid. What has the executive done? It has said, no, we have been on years of giving terror to the Zimbabweans. We just need to remind them that we can terrorize them. Let us reciprocate the fear that we feel by putting fear in them. That's why you are seeing all this display of uniforms, coordinated, of course, with the executive through the different ministries. And you should not respond with cowing to your fear, but you should respond by navigating your fear, confronting it, and then utilizing this power that you have been given. Tiri kundinakidza about 31st demonstration yamangwana ndechekuti the person who has marketed it the most to the point of putting it on national television is not you, the citizen who wants to protest, but the government that is afraid of you protesting. So if we were to capitalize on this situation, ZANU-PF would have shot itself in the leg, or the elite of ZANU-PF would have shot themselves in the leg. They have precisely served as the best mic and as the best media company to advertise the 31st through all their stances of trying to frighten people. People, get over the fear. I know it is difficult to get over the fear because in that messaging, havana kungorisa threat, yet the force that they hold through the security apparatus. Vaisa futi threat yekuti there is a cost to you as an individual. There's a cost that you will lose money because I was going to kubasa. And that threat, ZANU-PF has communicated it through Masudo businessmen, Masudo entrepreneur, amaona chibuda, kama different platforms, vachiditsvaga mari. So they are speaking to the aspect of your daily living. So it's expensive for you, don't go. They've also communicated the threats to your own life, of course, the fear. And they are saying it's a costly endeavor for you to demonstrate and hold your government accountable. But I want to tell the citizens of Zimbabwe, Kuti, there's a silent message that they've not been saying that you should realize yourselves, is that it is more expensive not to demonstrate. It is more expensive not to demonstrate, and that is what ZANU-PF is not telling you. And that is what the fearmongers who come on these spaces and who talk about fear and the threat to your life are not telling you. It is more expensive in the following ways. You are likely going to drown in a pond of shit if you don't demonstrate. And we know that that is a fact because we know that there are people who have drowned in a pond of human waste in Harare. Your kids are going to grow up vachida kutiza typhoid because the sewer is flowing in front of Budiriro. Mayor akabva kupa confession yake yekuti their sewer system is pretty much gone because of the neglect that they have put on governance. All this they focus on creating oligarchs and self-enrichment. Mayor vakabuda pachena. Saka these are the things you are risking. And the warwara ipapo, you are risking to go to a hospital that does not have the basic medication to attend to such old diseases as cholera. Ndopatiri senyika panofanira kunzwisisa the cost. The cost is in the quality of education that your children are going to have, the lifestyle that they're going to grow up understanding. I'm sure my brother was talking here about upenyu hwekumusha, the inability to simply hold $1 in a month. That is the cost of you not holding your government accountable through demonstrations. It is also going to appear in the form of corruption. You guys understand what corruption has done to the nation. For those that are able to do projections, they've said that corruption has claimed world over, has claimed more life than the Holocaust. So you need to understand that there is that cost if you fail to hold your government accountable. Panonzi panowanda vanhu vari kudiaspora. Diaspora maiona cost yekusahold a government in accountable through my demonstrations because you are always paying to sustain people in Zimbabwe, not because those people are lazy. No, but simply because the environment does not permit them to be self-sufficient. So you have had to become the person who sustains the weight of entire families, generations. So that is a cost to you. And when you look at the person who's next to you in the different jurisdictions that you are, who are also earning the same as you, you're not living the same quality life because you own an additional cost. You're not able to take the same investment risks because you were on an additional cost. And who has created that cost for you? The ZANU-PF government. Even when you're outside their jurisdiction, their failures still pursue you across borders, across seas. That is the cost of not holding them accountable. One will argue that maybe we have other means to hold them accountable other than demonstrating. I have to ring the bell of awakening. That is an absolute lie. You no longer have other means to hold them accountable. Nay, they have co-opted the legislature. Vaifanira kuholdwa accountable muparliament, but parliament haichazvigoni nekuti parliament yakabribwa outright openly muchiona. Parliament yakachinjwa naChabangu zvekuti mese maakurota Chabangu asi hamusati mambomuona in person. That's how prolific his name and his effects have become on the population. You have never met the guy, God forbid, I was going to say the bastard. You have never met him, but he will appear in your dreams because of the depth to which he has disturbed your society. There is no legislature to speak of that can hold the government accountable. It was supposed to be that independent arm that would challenge the executive, but yakabviswa mazino. And Kazembe Square told you, as long as Section 129K exists, there is nothing that the parliament can do. We will vote out in the open, and in line with the ZANU-PF elite, we will hold them accountable and in disastrous ways, right? You can talk of the judiciary. Judiciary has been captured both by threat and it has been captured by writing. Bill 1, Bill 2 completed by Bill 3. It means you have no other means to hold the executive accountable other than utilizing that very primal force, the gathering of the people that are supposed to consent to being governed or that are supposed to refuse to be governed. The very basics of the social contract. My citizens. And this is the only mechanism that is left. I cannot emphasize it enough. But it is essential for the citizens to understand that this is the only piece of equipment left to them to challenge an authoritarian who has entrenched himself to a point of subjugating arms of government into sub-offices under his own office. Ndopatiri. So pane chimwe chinhu chiri kundinakidza. ZANU-PF this time has gone all out to a point whereby they've included the religious folks. Vamwe vacho vanotirwadza nekuti vaimbova vanhu vatakashanda navo kana kuti vataida kushanda navo, who all of a sudden want to speak about God and the aspects of peace when it comes to demonstration. There is no peace when there is a government that wants to extend its rule without the consent of the government. Hapana peace in existence, so we're not threatening peace. And peaceful demonstrations, by the very definition, do not threaten peace. What threatens peace is a government that fails to provide the basics to its people, right? But tine vada kutiparidzira vachitiudza nezvepeace nezvamwari kana kuti kunzwa kwawo mwari, a divine order that needs to be respected. You have seen them. And I think the response there is we have to go back to the basics of theology. Even from the African tradition aspect or from the Christian Bible, you understand that you should not sit down in the face of injustice. So again, it is calling you to challenge that king, that president who wants to step on his people, who wants to destroy the very lifeblood of his people. Ndopatiri, Mkoma Gerard. So anyone who has been doubting if a protest works, ZANU-PF has proven it to you. And is there going to be a cost? Most definitely. You are not the one who determines the price of freedom. It is a free market. It will demand of you what it wants, right? And I'm talking about protests tomorrow or even beyond that. But the cost of being a slave is higher than the cost of freedom. And I think I have kicked that horse enough. Anytime and Mkoma Gerard, vanonzwa vanzwa. And the last one, where my brother was trying to do the arithmetics of the army, if the army was to go against the citizens in its fullest force. Zimbabwe's army stands at 100,000, including its reserves. And those 100,000 are your brothers and sisters. And they've been showing you that they're also not happy. They are renting kumba kwenyu, havasi kugariswa kune mamwe mabharaka, vari kurenta newe mukuwadzana, because they don't afford any other kind of life. They are suffering the same way with you, which means of 100,000, not all of them are made enough to try and shoot their own relatives. We will never get to a point whereby we disintegrate to them trying to kill the entire population. Hakuna zvakadaro, hazviitike. Not all of them are mad. There are, of course, those that feel that the value of trinkets that they are given is enough in order to sell the souls of millions, but they do not represent the horde. They do not represent the entirety of those armed forces. We have to always remember that. We have to always remember that. That is the simple math that is there. Whether there are some that will act in violence or not, we know it for a fact. But the cost of us not holding the ZANU-PF government accountable is heavy. It is heavy on the current generation, and it's going to be heavy in the future generations. Mkoma Gerard, something I'm passionate about, of course, passionate about the lives of the Zimbabwean becoming better. So I ask for forgiveness if I went a bit, got a bit too excited.
No, that's fine. No, it's fine. I think you're raising important points, and it's quite interesting to listen to that, and you're just reinforcing some of the points we raised here pertaining to the response that the government is giving, and by you hammering and emphasizing on the effectiveness of my demonstrations, my protests, etc, and being the actions of this government, what they're doing, showing could these things they do actually work, but it's only that they just want to make them illegal, or say if you do this you are going to be doing an illegitimate thing or an illegal thing, and yet our constitution is quite clear when it comes to the aspect of demonstrating in Zimbabwe, because that is provided for in that constitution. So thank you very much for that.